Hey guys, Danger Dave here. On this episode we're going to be upgrading the transfer case in the Samurai. I got a set of gears for it. I went with a Trail Gear 1.9 to 1 gear set. It's a really good quality set for the price. I have Toyota axles with 4.10 gears and 30/30 inch tires, so with the 4.9 transfer case gears, it should give me a good all-around gear ratio for off-road and street driving. Plus, low range should be great for rock crawling. There's all the bearings and a gasket. There's some more seals and stuff. And then I got this also on eBay. This is a spine for the transfer case. It goes around it. With the lower gears, it puts a lot of stress on the transfer case. So you want to upgrade the mounting and everything to keep it from splitting. But I'm gonna plan on welding the factory. So this goes here. Gonna put the spine on and then weld these to the spine so it's all one piece. There's the other. That's the top bracket. So I'll weld it all together so it's nice and strong. I got the transfer case out of the Samurai already, and I cleaned it up on the outside. Now I just have to start tearing it down to install the new gears. This is not a how-to video, it's more of entertainment because there's a ton of how-to videos already on YouTube. Alright, let's start tearing this thing down. First I have to take off these flanges, the output and the input flanges. Alright, I got the flanges off. Next, I'm going to take the shifter off and then start to crack the case open. See, my bearing's bad on the front output shaft. Probably a good thing that I'm tearing it apart and get that changed out. Alright, I got it all apart. It's pretty dirty in there. I even had this thing apart probably 2 years ago, and I replaced some bearings and stuff. I've been pretty hard on it though. But all the gears look fine. No excessive shavings or anything in there, so still in good shape, just a little dirty. Probably could have changed the gear oil once or twice since I've had it, but we're gonna rebuild it and it'll be better. I got everything in baggies and labeled. I'll probably still lose a bullet or two, but that'll help. Alright, time to start putting new bearings on the new gears here. So this piece gets 2 bearings, one on either end. Alright, let's get it into the press. Alright, I got this one complete. It's all together again. New gears and new bearings. Alright, it's time to put it back together. For the counter shaft gears, this brass washer, like bearing, you have to make sure that the notch is in this hole on the case so it doesn't spin. See, it locks it in there. Alright, now for the input gear, or the input shaft. Alright, she's back together for the most part. There's the shifter, the four-wheel drive sensor, and the flanges, and it'll be done. But then we gotta make the cradle for it. And I gotta put the spine on it. But I'm gonna let the RTV dry some before I put this on. Alright guys, I kind of forgot to film, but all I did was weld the brackets to the spine. And I had to clearance the top of the spine to fit in the tunnel, the trans tunnel in the Samurai. So had to trim it down quite a lot so it would fit up in there. Then I reinforced the back mount. Just did a round stock to strengthen it up. I did it this way because most of the time when these fail, it's because they twist. See, I have one over here. You can see that it twists whenever it... See how it's twisted? So this should keep it from twisting, and that's usually the only way that these fail, is because they just twist out of shape. What I did was I bolted this onto the transfer case, and then I held these up to the transfer case because you have to trim a little bit so they'll fit. Like I had to cut a notch into the spine so this would bolt onto the transfer case. And then I bolted everything together, and then I tack it together, and then I pulled it off and then welded it all the way. But you have to be careful not to warp it, so you have to weld a little bit and then move over to the next piece and let it cool down, because if you go too crazy on the weld, it'll warp the whole thing. But that should hold pretty good. Alright guys, I got it all back together. Got the output flanges back on. Everything spins freely. These bolts lined right up when I bolted everything together, but the ones on the bottom for this mount, see, those holes there, they didn't line up because I guess it warped when I welded it. Had to oblong the holes just a tiny bit. I just went like one size up from drill bit size that it was. Alright, now I guess it's time to put it back in and test it out. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video where we go and test out the new gears. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.